Yield mapping system presented by Anuja or APCSC Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Yield map and monitoring. Yield monitoring is a precision agriculture technique that uses sensors to collect data about a field, yield and other characteristics. This data is used to create maps that help farmers make decisions about their farms such as production areas, irrigation requirement, crop rotation, financial benefits, scientific research. The yield calculated at each field location can be displayed on a map using a geographic information system software package. The raw log file, however, contains points recorded during turns and the sensor measurement do not correspond to the exact harvest location because grain flow through a combine in a delayed process. To eliminate those abuse errors, the raw data is shifted to compensate for the combining delay, and the points corresponding to the header up position are removed. Setting for again flow delay or combine and sometimes even crop specific. But typical value for grain crop range from about 10 to 12 seconds. Yield monitoring work in three very simple steps. First one is the grain is harvested and fed into the grain evolver which has sensor that read moisture content of the grain. After that process, as the grain is being delivered to the holding tank, more sensor monitor the grain yield. Yield monitor. It's sometimes referred to as a task computer, receive or yield monitor. This piece of technology is the monitor that is located in the cab of the combine or tractor. This piece of equipment serves many different purposes, although its main function is to display the information gathered by the different onboard sensor to allow the operator to know in a real-time manner different moisture level, crop yield and more. These moistures also have the capability to store memory as well as transfer memory to a laptop or home computer. This transfer of memory makes analyzing data a much more comfortable experience, and it also provides the capability of using more software to interpret and render the data collected by the yield monitoring system. Yield mapping concept. Yield mapping refers to the process of collecting geo-reference data on crop yield and characteristics such as moisture content. When the crop is being harvested, various methods using a range of sensors have been developed for mapping crop field. So this is the diagram for crop field, that is farm productivity assessment, farm evaluation and counter mapping, soil mapping, crop yield mapping. The basic component of a grain yield mapping system include grain flow sensor. It determines grain volume harvested. Grain moisture sensor, components for grain moisture variability. Clean grain elevator speed sensor used by some mapping system to improve accuracy of grain flow measurements. GPS antenna receives satellite signals. Yield monitor display with the GPS receiver. Geo-reference and record data. Header position sensor distinguishes measurements logged during turns. Travel speed sensor determine the distance the combine travels during a certain logging interval. Each sensor has to be properly calibrated according to the operator's manual. Calibration converts the sensor signal to physical parameters. A property binary log files is created during harvest to record the output of all sensor as a function of time. This file can be converted to a text format or displayed as a map using the yield monitor vendor software. So this is the overall architecture for the schematic components of yield monitoring system for yield monitoring system. So it can be connected to the computer grain loss sensor, cut width sensor and grain density sensor, flow sensor, moisture sensor, grounded sensor, DGPS system, header position switch, this PCM CIA code mapping software, and finally it can bridge through the yield map. So all those sensors are connected by the personal computer. Thank you.